So what's up, everybody? So we've got episode 70. I've had 7 winning days in a row now. Everybody likes to know when I was having bad days. I'd like to know when they're having good days. So 7 days in a row. Yesterday, for people that watch my YouTube video, I spoke about one stock that I thought really I liked today and was consolidating well, and that was Roku. So if anybody looked at Roku, I believe it was up. I don't even remember. It was up enough. I secured profit. It was pretty good. I mentioned the market was consolidating. I'm going to show you slides later. I also mentioned market manipulation, which I'm going to talk about shortly. I'm also going to slow down so that everybody understands me. All right. If you had a position in WDC, okay, and you averaged down using my rules, you made profit. If you had a position in Tesla, which was beat up, like somebody who reached out to me yesterday, and I said, you're down by 2 contracts, set your sell price here, you'll make profit. They made profit today. STX, if you average down properly after that decline after earnings, you made profit. All right. What did I say this morning? The first thing I said is I was buying some SPY calls. I had a new account, $500. I'm going to show you guys how to grow $500 into $10,000. And no, if you're part of my platform, I'm not giving out alerts to say, this is what I do. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to summarize each day. Okay. If I give out alerts, people miss the alerts. People get in at the wrong price. People have questions about the options play. People have other questions. It leads to disaster. It leads to me spending time explaining 50 answers rather than me focusing on the platform and making money. I did mention one play I was going to give away today. We're going to make 40% on. I'm going to get to that in a second because I made that play and I was correct. All right. So SPY calls to start the morning. SPY went up. Then I said, don't get faked out. I'm now in SPY puts. I will probably hold my SPY puts to the end of the day unless I see something around 2 o'clock that I don't like, meaning when the Fed speaks, okay? So SPY puts at 2 o'clock all of a sudden bounced, and I lost like 20% of my gains, so I sold. And then I said, okay, well, if SPY puts suck, SPY calls must be good, and tech must be good because I'm counting on Facebook after earnings to do well. So we got involved in the TQQQ. I gave an alert. All right, I got in at $1.04. Then I bought more 84 cents. Other people bought some at 95, 90, 85, and 80 cents. Okay? Point was, the individual who bought at 80 and 85 cents got out at $1.20 and secured 50% profit. I was promising 40%. I'm holding. Where did it close? 94 cents. I'm exactly even right now. I have 9 contracts. That's my small account, okay? So my small account's worth about, $846. I started today at $500. I made 3 plays, all right? And then I was counting on Facebook after earnings, after hours to have good earnings. They sucked. They were expected to have $3. I was expecting them to blow it out of the water. $5.86, $5.45. They came in like $3.30. It was like $3.09, $3.49 or something like that. That's bullshit. They were supposed to come in at like $5.89. That was what I was expecting. That's why I thought tech was going to blow it out of the water and be extremely strong tomorrow. All right. So it doesn't mean tech's going to be weak tomorrow. It just means I might have to wait out a morning hiccup for that position. And that's where my money from my small account is tied up. So I will be holding strong. If you have weak hands and the market opens and I sell, guess what? That $840 something is going to be worth like $400. So all the hard work I put in today, making a couple 3-day trades and one other trade, it would all be for naught. So I'm going to be confident that tech's going to rebound its gain, regain and rebound and be stronger later. Okay, let's talk about what else. At 10:45, I went on public Twitter. I give market direction. That's what I do. My platform's about making you more efficient, but it's all about, light bulb went off yesterday. I said market direction. I'm calling the market on fire. So what did I call today? Up, down, little rebound, down, up, and a little sell for the day. Boom, that's exactly what the chart looked like. Okay, so that's what I was warning about at 10:45. I said, and I never say this, the UVXY, which was like, I don't know, under whatever it was, I said it could spike. I think it was under $29. It could spike. I think it spiked 40 cents, which meant I secured 22% profit. I actually bought calls. So anytime I'm buying calls in the UVXY, I actually think the market could go down because I don't buy stuff like that. I'm usually bullish. All right. So the fact that I thought the market could throw, I was just prepared for what the Fed could say. So let's get into that real quick because people are going to be confused before I get into more positions. I might as well educate you. So people were saying, when is the Fed going to act? Meaning, when is the Fed going to start reducing the number of bonds and the amount of money they put into the market? And the consensus was that it probably wouldn't happen until at least January, okay? Then they said, when would the Fed make some type of announcement about rates raising and when would they enact it? So they said, okay, I would expect an announcement maybe in October at the earliest now, but probably November. And then when they're going to enact it will probably be a quarter or 2 or 3 later. So that told everybody that market is cheap, that money is cheap. So they can all invest in the NASDAQ, okay? Invest in the Dow. It's easy to borrow. Money is cheap. The market is struggling. We have fears about COVID. So that's why the market rebounded. Now, if the Fed came out and said to everybody, hey, market's moving good, we're rebounding, we're worried about COVID, but we're rebounding, and we think everything's strengthening up, we're thinking about raising rates instead of in Q1 2023, maybe in Q2 2022. Let's move it ahead 6 months. They're not doing that. Okay, a lot of people thought that would happen. A lot of people expected the market to throw up. That didn't happen. So that's what we saw today with the Fed. And if you missed this, you'll go back. And I've got an announcement real quick. I've got 3 of them, but I'm going to wait a second. So at 10:45, I did that. At 2 o'clock, we mentioned it was turning around. Now, what positions did I get out of? EVGO, which I gave a public alert on Twitter 2 weeks ago. All right, I averaged down. My average was $1.81. I got, I think, 225. All right, because it spiked. And when it spiked up like 8%, I said, hey, watch, it could spike another 30 cents. We'll get out. And what do? It spiked 30 cents to $12.44. So I got 225 for my $10 calls. I probably could have got another like 10 or 12 cents. I can't help it. I got out. I was in a battle because I averaged down. These are the same options. I tried to get 50% and it only went to 40%. So I rode the elevator up and I rode the elevator down. But I was good. I got out. It's a chalk. It's a win. All right. I've got 7 straight winning days. Everybody was so quick to say, dude lost his touch. No, not me. I was thrown off by the NTLA put options. And you know what? NTLA ended up going down to 126. It was just a matter of time. All right. What else? So, yeah, my small account, I just wanted to mention, has 9 of those T2QQ options. I started with 500. Used up 3 day trades, okay? Next, if you followed my plays with STX, WDC, anything, if you went the opposite direction, my rules work. It doesn't matter. If you went into Tesla, Netflix, doesn't matter. Rules work. Space, the rules work. My platform is growing. Everything we do is organic. I give a shit. I care. I show it. I'm trying to simplify things. So anybody new that YouTube is showing me or your friend suggested, dude, watch this. You should join his platform. It's pretty damn cheap, all right? I'm simplifying. I make things simple. I show them to you, and I alert them throughout the day. Now the alert system kicks ass. Within a minute, boom, you guys knew I was going to be on here because I sent an alert. All right, so I am focusing on market direction. If I can tell you market direction, I don't care what stocks you play with, whether you're buying calls or puts, whether you're going Disney, Apple, Carnival, who cares? If I tell you the Dow's going up, those stocks will react. I'm not going to tell you what stocks. I'm not one of those gurus who makes videos and says, boom, this stock's going up and it goes down. It doesn't matter because he has 26,000 views. Yeah, when they have 26,000, 50,000, 100,000 views or more, they don't give a shit if they're correct. Do you understand that? I have a platform. I feel the pressure every day to be accurate and call the market and make sure we secure profit. That's what I teach. I teach you to be more efficient. Okay, so 3 quick announcements. Okay, after the show, here's the news. People that were waiting for lifetime members, and if you haven't, you can still email support@349trading.com. Lifetime members or people that want to be lifetime members. Understand, we have a separate section for lifers. You're going to get an email if you're on the waiting list. That's my point. If you're on the waiting list, you're going to get an email of how to sign up. We're going to open it up for like 1 day. If you're not and you're watching this now, or maybe you're watching it later, I don't know, I guess 24 hours, Carlos. Point is, send an email to support, okay? They'll email you back with what you get for a lifetime membership. We're also starting a monthly membership because people are so pissed that they see the charge every week for $3.49. They're like, can you just bill me $14 a month? Shit, I'll pay $15 a month. I'll pay more. I said, okay, Carlos, make it happen. Not $15, $14. Actually, probably a little less because it's only $3.49 a week. Okay, so that's the point. We're doing a monthly. If you want, if you're sick of your card getting billed every week, you're like, okay, I'm a member. I don't care. I've been here, and our retention is 99%. And the third thing this week, if you have friends and you're like, I want people to join, the family is growing, and everything we do is organic, so the growth is crazy. All right, we're making a referral program that Carlos will be announcing this week. Okay, if you get 57 people to join, you get a free lifetime membership. You get 30 minutes on the phone with me to help you custom and tailor your account to help you be more efficient. That is the goal, okay? So anyway, we're done with that. Next, I'm going to provide slides to show you. But today, let's get back to it. It was consolidation. That's what I told you yesterday. You're going to see consolidation. People are taking profit. You had 5 red days, 5 green days, all-time highs. Yes, yesterday's sell-off wasn't like the market's throwing up on itself. It was consolidation depending on what the Fed said. The Fed said something not very alarming, which I already repeated. All right. So it was manipulation. It was to scare you. Anybody that was in UVXY and it spiked 2 days ago, 3 days ago, yesterday, or today. Where is it? It's lower than where it's ever been in the last week. Probably today. What is it? $28 and change. I'm guessing. Okay. I'll look when I start looking at stocks. Point is manipulation. That's what's happening. If you heard analysts telling you that the stock market's going to sell off 10, 15%, it's going to crash, it's going to settle down. That's bullshit. We're at all-time highs, all right? It's not you and me that are buying a few hundred shares. It's the banks. It's the hedge funds that are buying it. It's the big money players that are buying these stocks and pushing them up millions of shares, okay? It's not me. It's not you. The point is the analysts are saying the market's going to sell off 10, 15%. Retail traders, some of you, probably like 50% of you, believe that shit. If you need market direction, that is what I'm trying to give you. I'm trying to tell you that there's manipulation in the market. All right, let's just get on to slides. Oh, real quick, I want to tell you guys, you have to save your day trades. I started this new account challenge. I used 3 of my day trades already. If I use a 4th in the next like 2 or 3 days, I'm pretty sure they're going to only let me trade where I have to wait a day for my money to settle. I don't know. I've never been in that position. And I'll tell you, it's more stressful when you have a small account. I get why you get worried, but that's why it's even more important when you have a small account to play by the rules, to not cheat. If you can't afford 4 options, you buy 1. If it goes down, you buy 2 more. You average down an important and a certain way. All right, let's get to some slides, and then I'm going to get to some questions. All right, yeah, I was just showing everybody pre-market, of course, small account challenge. Here you go. Let's get through this one. Next slide, please. All right, here we go. So after my first trade, I was up to 604%. I was up 20%. Next slide. Again, I called the SPY first. The SPY went up. There you go. Planning ahead. I showed you my SPY puts, okay? The price of this, and I mentioned planning ahead, so take a good look at it, okay? The SPY puts were $1.63. I put in my price, meaning I didn't want to pay $163. I wanted to pay $155, and I wanted to guess the right bottom or top in this case. If the SPY is at the top and they're going down, these puts will make money. So I paid $1.55. The SPY went even stronger, and you could have got in at $1.49, $1.48, $1.47, okay? So you could have saved 7% over me. Point is, I planned ahead, okay? Then I sold these for north of $2. It went as high as, I think, $2.20. I sold them for $2.02, which was what? Like 47 cents. If you do the math, it's 28%, okay? I did think the market was going down lower, but I teach you guys secure profit, especially when you have a small account. So I tell you to save your day trades. Point is, that was trade number 2. Trade number 3 was the TQQQ, okay? I entered in at $1.04. Oh, let's get another slide up. I don't know if I have that TQQQ slide because that was later in the day. All right, I mentioned this earlier in the day, 10:45, just to make people aware, UVXY could spike. It was under $29. It spiked to $29.45. I bought a couple contracts. I didn't go crazy because I could have been wrong. But the market did throw up on itself a little, and then it rebounded later in the day. But I made my 22%, and I was out. If I got greedy, I would be holding bags. So anybody that follows me only on YouTube, understand you better secure profit. If you're seeing me talk about a stock or a play, secure profit on your own. Okay, I'm not there to tell you if you're not part of my platform. If you're part of my platform, I tell you I get in, I get out. All right? If you can't day trade, then you have to be more cautious. All right, so I got in, I got out. Next slide, please. I have my own corner. See that? Matt's corner. All right, this is another gentleman. He reached out to me yesterday. He bought a Tesla option for like, yes, $25, okay, $2,500. All right. He told me, dude, it's down to like $800. What the hell do I do? And I said, when it drops to $5, you buy 2 more contracts. So now you're in for $3,600 basically. Your average cost is $12, and you're looking for Tesla to spike a little. All right. So what happened is he bought 2 more, like $475 each, which is $950. He put in his ask price in case it spiked. And guess, did anybody see Tesla this morning? It went up once, it came down, curled a little, and then it spiked again, and he made profit. He made 10% profit. He was down 80% on his Tesla calls, and he followed the rules, and he made 10% profit. So if you see me stutter on this, it's because my freaking rules work. You guys pay $3.49 to learn my rules, to hear me echo them in your ear always. Secure profit, repeat, average down. Here's how we do it. Oh, we got a rap coming out. One of our followers made a rap. His shit is off the hook. All right, we're going to make a video for it, and we're going to release that. I guarantee he probably has more views than me. Let me get another slide, Boris. When I do this, that means another slide. This is yesterday. Somebody got in near the bottom. All right, follow the rules. Planning ahead. Zoom, all right? So he put in, what did he put in? $3,000. He made $300. That's 10%. Is $300 good for a day? Hell yes. I don't care what account you're trading. Let's say you're trading $100,000, okay? You're in for 3%. Great, you just made 3% right there. Boom, you're done. Do it every single day. You will make 600% on the year. Do not get greedy. Do you understand? Greed kills. Smart trading wins. All right. My platform is $3.49, so I can get more traders to educate you. Next slide, please. Had to make this prediction yesterday. I sent this out for everybody, platform member or not. You got my alert. Tech was off 287. I said it'd be more like 188. I think it finished yesterday off like 186. You make predictions. That's how I gauge the market. Next slide, please. That was a show off, okay? Here's what I went to my platform members, and now I'm sharing with YouTube. This is what tech looked like yesterday, and I said it could consolidate for 2, 3, or 4 days. We don't really know. So I wouldn't have been surprised if tech sold off today. I could see it sell off for 2, 3, or 4 days because we just had 5 straight inflow days, 5 straight demand days. So don't be fooled. Tech is not as strong as you might think. I'm hoping to get a good bounce tomorrow. Again, I was counting on Facebook earnings, which let me down. I haven't looked yet, but I think Facebook's down 4% after hours because I'm disappointed. So everybody should be. And I don't care if it hurts my position. I have 2 contracts. I made a wager of $550. When I make a good investment of $30,000 or $36,000, I will let you know. My WGC position, I had 3 contracts. STX, I had 3 contracts. UVXY yesterday, I had 249 contracts. Hopefully you see the difference. Next slide, please. Okay, consolidation on the Dow. Here it is. We just had 5 killer days. It's going to pull back. You got to have the V. Do you guys see a pattern or a chart? There's a little V there. It rebounds for a day. Another little V, rebound for a day. Then that big V, then a quick buy, right? 4 days in, 4 days out. So it's going to consolidate. That's what I'm trying to share with you. You could still be bullish on the Dow like I am, and you could still say maybe the Dow is going down tomorrow. All right. And by the way, I'm going to tell you guys next. Go ahead. Next slide, please. All right. This is just me showing off SPY calls this morning when it was 438. When it was 439 and change, that's when I entered into my puts. When it's 438, that's when I entered into my calls. Do you understand? I'm calling the bottom. I'm calling the top and the bottom. That's what you have to do. Call the market. You're going to be a winner. If you're not a winner, then you're missing out. Okay. If you're watching this and being like, that shit's confusing, it's not. All right. If you're feeling like you're missing the trade or you're holding too long, then you've got a problem. You need to follow the rules. You need to secure profit. Let's get another slide up there. All right. Green is the color. Yes. All right. We can get another slide there. I'm just telling you if you average down correctly. This is what I showed my platform. I sold blank. It even went up after that, but I averaged down at $32. It was $34.08. I sold. EDU, I got out this morning, 45% gain. I mentioned when I bought the 4 SPY contracts, okay? And I mentioned when the Fed talks, I just like to show you guys I'm not full of shit. I get out. It goes up a little more. I try and call the tops, but I'm not perfect. Let's get another slide. Yeah, this wasn't my call, but again, this is what I took from lifetime members. So we have a special. I probably should have showed this first. We have a special area for lifetime members. They have their own chat section that we set them up with. They go back and forth with ideas. So the next few slides are theirs. So when you see 127%, it means they follow the rules. They looked for that dip this morning on Apple. I don't know where it dipped to, but I'm pretty sure it dipped pretty hard. It opened and it recovered throughout the day. And they sell when it spikes. All right, let's get another slide up there. You'll see it's not just Apple. Pfizer, here we go. Pfizer, August 21st. Talk about being secure with Pfizer. You've got till August 21st. That doesn't even, you have 3 extra weeks if you're wrong. The dude made 169% or 196%. Point is, if you're a lifetime member, you get special privileges. I'm not trying to insult anybody, but you get to be part of this other community where they try and help each other. All right, next slide. If you want to be, you better email while this is still on, support@349trading.com. If you do, you'll get an email with the information. If you don't, you're just going to miss out. It's fine. We might offer it again in like 3 months, but I'm assuming once my platform doubles in size, all right, there won't be lifetime members anymore. The only way to get lifetime members, or if you don't have any money, get a lifetime member. Refer 57 people. And we have a great tracking system. Carlos is setting up. He's going to announce it. Point is, if you get it, yeah, you'll get the lifetime member. You get the special privileges. You get the phone basically to me. All right, another position. Bought the dip. What was the return here? This was yesterday. It was a Chinese stock. Oh, it was JD. Right. The return was over 300%. Next slide. Oh, my God. So Tiger this morning, when Tiger was up a ridiculous amount, what was it, 10% pre-market? The point was, I said, if it has a good day, it could go up 18%. So Tiger went up like 17 or 18%. I know we don't like to talk about Tiger. I apologize about that. I was going to say something else. I completely lost focus. So let's get to some questions. If I remember it, I will tell you guys. In the meantime, please hit the like button. I haven't asked yet. There are like 100 of you here. I expect to have 100 likes. If you feel manipulated by the market, if you lost money, please watch my videos. I'm not even telling you to join my platform. I want you to trade better. So please, that's what these videos are here for. It's like an after-school special I make for my platform members, but everybody's welcome. YouTube shows around. Hey, Matt, shorting Tiger for tomorrow. Okay, so here's the thing, Nathan. If tech is strong tomorrow, Tiger will gain another 12%. It's funny that I was just talking about that. If tech is strong, gain another 12% tomorrow. If tech is weak, they will sell Tiger. They will take profits. And if tech throws up, it might give back its whole 17%. If tech is weak, it might give back 8%. If tech is strong, it might dip 2% at open and then spike 5%. I'm telling you, a lot of these institutions are buying Chinese stocks, okay? I took a chance on Chinese stock. I made 45% today. I wish I had more faith. Tiger, you probably made like 150%. So that's what I decided. Here's what I remember. Give me the full screen. Could you, Carlos, for a second, or Boris? Can we do the full screen for a second? And I'm sorry if I lose people live or watching the replay of this guy's an asshole or something like that. So the point is, you can't. Okay, yeah, let's give me the full screen. Get rid of that other shit too, please. Please, can you get rid of the Ask Matt stuff? I just want the full screen. Like, thank you so much. All right, so I appreciate the people that stayed. If I lost you people, I'm sorry. If you gave me a thumbs down because of this, I'm sorry. The point is, I come on here to do this. I'm trying to help people. I appreciate it. If you want to learn, you have to pay attention. You have to watch the videos. If you half watch them, if you half take notes, it's not going to work out for you. If you half follow the rules, or if you get scared. Somebody mentioned the SPY today, and they got scared, and I was like, oh, my God, you guys are crazy. But here's the other point I wanted to make. I'm actually going to take my time, slow down when I answer these questions, because I watched somebody else go live. Now, I've got 100+ people right now. The person had 612 people. He had headphones on. He was leaning back, boring as shit. People were asking questions on the side. He didn't answer shit. He was going through his computer, so boring, and he had 600 views. And I've seen other people, and they have thousands and multi-thousand views. So if people want to give me the finger and tell me to go piss off and disappear right now, which one person just did, I get it. But I'm here to help you guys, and I'm here to share shit, okay? So if you put in the time and you put in the effort, you're going to make money. And if people say you can't trade because you have small accounts or I can't day trade, yes, you save your day trades. You look for the right entry. If Amazon dips hard and you think tech's going to recover, you buy your Amazon real cheap. When it recovers, you made $300 for the day, and you're done. We have one member, I'll call her out, Love, who's amazing at that. She calls, It's not like she calls the bottom. She plans for the dip every day, and she has one option. She'll buy MSTR, Amazon, whatever it is, and then she'll go and she'll post it. Like FCX will recover today, which it did. Or any materials play recovered today because they're talking about the materials bill, the infrastructure bill being passed, that Democrats and Republicans are joining together. I think Blink spiked as well. Plug moved 5 or 6% today. You have to know this. If you didn't know this and you're watching it now, you didn't even know this should happen. Blink spiked 7%. It's because you're not paying attention. You don't have gauge or direction of the market. That's what I'm here for. Let's get some questions, please. Thank you for helping me out, Boris. You can put the other stuff back. Forward Baby, surprise earnings. You bought the September 14. Excellent. Exactly an example. Leave this for a second, please. So I mentioned if you don't want to stress yourself out and you're newer to options, I get it, Castor Troy, right? That was like a famous something. I wish I remembered. Oh, from that show. Anyway, so he bought out to September, which means he gives himself a number of months, right? At least 2 months. If he's wrong, all right, he bought in or at the money because it's $14. I think Ford was above 14 and a little below 14 today. He bought on the dip. So he was hoping for good earnings, but he wasn't planning on that. We don't bet on earnings. We bet on charts. And I already mentioned this, and I mentioned this for a week straight. I like Ford's chart. It consolidated down from 17. I think it hit like 1350 and kind of bounced from there. So I said 1350, 1380. That was good. What did it drop to this morning if you got it on the bounce? 1350? I wouldn't have thought it would that low. So let's see where Ford went. 1357. Okay. And it's above 1420. Yeah, expect if the Dow runs good, okay, and tech struggles, okay, Ford will run very well, all right? If other EVs and cars, and you can't focus on Li, Xpeng, or NIO because they're Chinese companies that get beat up, so the returns could be ridiculous. I mentioned this yesterday. If you saw plus 6% yesterday, oh, this is good for Alibaba people, right? Baba, my 3 options that I had, I bought 6 more this morning of Alibaba options. The same strike, right? $200. I think I paid like 55 cents. My original price was $255. I bought 6 more contracts, so I paid $330. You add that to my original purchase of like what, $815. So I'm in for roughly $1,200. 9 contracts. Do the math. $1,200, 9 contracts. It's about $133 each. Okay. I won't check Alibaba, but I'm pretty sure I can get more than $1.33. And when Alibaba moves another 8% tomorrow to the positive side, because Chinese stocks rebound another 8%, because it's not like we're cutting ties with China. It's not like the U.S. cutting ties. So, yes, you're a great member, Castor Troy. All right, next one. From Nip and Tuck, that's what it was. I already knew you. I already saw your comment today on the side. You made money doing something and you secured profit. You pulled a miracle. You sold your calls at $1.70, split second before the top. Yeah, no, I already saw your comment. You actually flipped sides. I think you sold your calls and you flipped into puts, and the puts went good. Let's see where the UVXY is right now, because what do we say about the UVXY? It always goes down. So I did buy even some calls today, which was crazy for a minute. All right, who cares about after hours? $28.29. It went as low as $27.56. That's crazy. All right, anyway. Thank you for commenting. Let's get another question up there. So my point is, I'm going to try not to rush through it. If I'm thirsty, I'm going to take a sip. If you guys want to stay, I appreciate it. If you want to learn, I appreciate it. You guys are great. And I couldn't do this without an audience. And I'm glad that I deliver some type of content because I see my videos are getting more watches. We used to have more. I don't know. I was good for 9 weeks. I was off for 2 weeks. I admitted it. I was tilted, but I've been on straight for 7 straight days. And I understand people are getting warmed up to what I'm saying. Oh, Matt says something. What the hell should I do? And I'm like, okay, I might be off, but now I'm on for 7 straight days. Do whatever you guys want with it. I will still share my transparent trades. That's what I do. You bought some SPY puts printed at close. Let's see what the SPY did at close. Yes, so some people got locked into the SPY puts. And let's see what it did. Let's look. Yeah, I mean, it definitely moved down. That's what the UVXY does at close also. So, yeah, we'll see what tomorrow brings. But at least you have an out. You're back at 483 instead of 440 or 439, which is the direction it was heading. Keep in mind, nothing goes straight up, which is the reason we don't chase. When you see a stock spike, if it's a stock that you want, here's a lesson for everybody. If you want a stock and you see it spike, like Apple, it spikes to whatever it is, 150, you say, shit, I wanted it at 144. and you're just buying stock, keep that in mind. Put it on your watch list. It'll go down to 144. I bet it hit 144 today. That's just an example. I don't know. Let's check out Apple if it did, because it's always great when my examples actually work. Apple today, 142.54. Point is, you don't have to rush into anything. So for the 100 plus people that are still here, understand, and this is what I want to share, and lifetime members understand this because they type about it all the time. When we're entering something, we don't have FOMO. We look at an options contract, put a put or a call, it doesn't matter. Stock doesn't matter. Whatever you decide you want to enter into, you look at it, it's $1.20. You're like, I don't want to pay $1.20. I would be more comfortable paying $1.08 or $1.06 or $1. When I gave my alert today for the TQQQ and I paid $1.04, people put in bids at 80 cents, 84 cents, 86 cents, 90 cents. Everybody got them executed. I averaged down when it dropped to 84 cents. I'm in at 94 cents. But the point is, when you look at something, if it's $150, say to yourself, I would pay 120 for it. I would pay 100 for it. If it gets there, you just executed a sale. If not, you just didn't get the trade. There's so many trades to be had. So don't rush into anything. All right. If that's all you get from this video, first give a thumbs up if you like that, because that's a good comment. If you think the markets are ever being manipulated, give a thumbs up. All right. Next question, comment. Yeah, I mean, I already admitted how upset I am at Facebook. I spent $550. Not a lot of money. I thought I was going to crush it. I expected whatever Facebook is, and I guess it's end year when they come out and they say we should have made $18, but we made 27 or whatever it is. I expected Facebook to say we should have made $3, and instead we're making $5 and beat by 60%. Instead, I think they beat by 10%, and the street sucks and doesn't like that. Again, on stock, I believe my average is like 303, right? So Facebook, even if it takes a dump on itself, is like 356. I still think it'll go to 400. It just might have a hiccup. So anybody that has longer term options in Facebook, you could probably get in tomorrow and the next day, okay? And I would go out a couple of months, at least 3 months, because you want their next earning periods in there, okay? Facebook will right the ship. All right, next question, comment. Oh, I didn't look at it. How bad is it after hours? Ooh. Ed, I'm glad that you were green today. So you made $1,400. You're part of the platform, so you paid 50 cents today. Let's hear it, Ed. That's a hell of a return. UVXY puts, calls on CB, puts. I mean, you're all over the place, and yet you're securing profit. That's what I teach you guys. If you can secure $350 on average per trade, and your trade costs you $1,400, so you're basically making 20%. We're not making 100% every time. We're making 20%. It adds up. My small account, the first trade made 25%, sold it. My second trade made like 11 or 12%, sold it. Okay, small piles become big piles. Next question, comments. I'm glad. I really like when you guys understand how to use the rules. Whether you're in a position with me, against a position with me. So you never hear any other gurus going, yeah, so I like Neo, you hate Neo, here's how you play it, here's how I play it. No, my rules are something different. So here's the thing. These other gurus and people that have 500,000 followers, they don't give a shit whether they're right or wrong because they get paid by YouTube. Did you guys see how much YouTube is generating? Like 9 billion, no, 7.4 billion. It generates more than Netflix. So how does YouTube make so much money and pay out so much money? Because people are watching videos. These guys have 500,000 watches. Chris Sane, he can basically be like, I like you, you like, and it doesn't matter. 500,000 views, he's making ducats. So whether he's right or wrong about Neo, it really doesn't matter because people watch his shit. I'm trying to give you market direction, and all I ask in return is, hey, show this to 5 people. This dude knows market direction, and that would help us gauge the market. Show it to 5 people. That's what I asked. And instead of doing that, Christine now has like 200 more followers. I don't know because I mentioned him. So 200 more people are going to watch Christine. Anyway, what do I think about FUBU? My point is I can say whatever I want because, Carlos, nobody watches this shit. Well, I mean, people do, but not enough people. I mean, I'm trying to help. I'm trying to educate. I know. I don't care. People will leave, whatever. Yeah, 5-day chart looks off the chart. There's definitely demand. So you're going to be tech here. So here's the good thing about FUBU, okay? Limited downside, okay? So here's the point. If FUBU goes down, you're probably calling the base around $26. It's $27.66. So FUBU limited downside. On the upside, you can probably get 20%. So if you're in options, you could gain maybe like 180 or 190%, depending on how dangerous your options are. If your options expire Friday, then you only have, 2 more days. If your options expire a week later, then you have more time to get that 20%. Yes. So if tech is strong, all right, now you're a little hurt too by Facebook, because if Facebook was stronger, FUBU would probably be stronger because tech would be stronger. But there are a lot of strong tech companies and earnings. It's just Facebook disappoints me. But there are other, if you look at the earnings yesterday, so we didn't talk about that. Google and all those other, they're killing it. Their ad space is killing it. Yes, so I like that. Next question, comment. I think you've got good upside potential, limited downside. All right, what do I think about costs? So I'm assuming cost is Costco. I don't shop there. I wish I knew how they worked like online. It looks like they've been rotating inflow and outflow. So it is going higher, but it's slow steps. So Costco would be more of like a safer play, Bethany. Like if you had an account that had retirement money and you had $500,000 and you wanted to park 40,000 or like 8% someplace, I would say, geez, Costco looks good. So it was red today, but look at the 1 month, it looks like it has back-to-back red side. Yeah, that's the point. It tends to rotate. When it goes up, it seems to go up just a little more than it went down. So it lost $2 today, expected to go up maybe like $2.25 tomorrow if it goes up. If it goes down $2 tomorrow, then it owes you $4. So that would be the time to enter when you're calling the dip. So that's the thing. When I like something, it's when something's dipping. That's when I see it gets tasty. I'm like, yes, I'm going to buy that. And then as soon as I buy it, so if you bought options in the TQQQ, like half the people, all right, at 80 cents, you got out at $1.20. You're not in it after hours. You're not even worried, and you have money on the side, and you made 50%. And that was the one trade today. Me, I averaged down. I didn't want to sell it because I expected Facebook to have good earnings. All right, let's get another one, please. Another question. All right, what do I think of C, dividend Friday, earnings on Monday? Oh, I don't like holding anything through earnings. Oh, so everybody that had AMD, let me tell you real quick, congratulations, number one. Your CEO, that woman, screwed me in Q2 last year. Their earnings beat. They were estimates at 31 cents, 32, 34 cents. I did my math because that's what I do. I said they were coming in at 41 cents, which was a 20% beat. And instead, she announces they beat by 20%, that I was correct, 41 cents on the knob, right? And instead, they buy Xilinx, who's their number 3 competitor. They're number 2, and NVIDIA's number 1, and it crushed me. So I'm careful through earnings and announcements like that. All right, let's see. C for dividends, Citigroup. There was selling today, but I'm assuming that people want that dividend, so you have to be in by Friday. I'm assuming that they'll probably be in flow, which means you could probably get not a killer return, maybe 1.5%, 2%. Again, if you're thinking about a Citibank or any other institution, a bank that you're investing in, financial, you're not looking to kill it. You're looking to make 0.5% here or 0.5% there, 1% there. So if I tell you have 1.5% of upside in 2 days, that would be killing it. All right, let's get another question up there, please. All right, you have a tough time comprehending the rules. If you average down and it goes even lower with Tiger, you lose more money. Could I explain? Okay, yeah, perfect. So there are times to average down and times not to average down, and it's confusing. Rules work for 95% of everything, okay? The 5% they don't work for. So they work for 95%, meaning if you think the stock's going up and the stock gets hit and you average down by buying double the amount when it's down 50% or 40%, and then it spikes up just a little more. It's not even at your purchase price. You're out with like 30% profit. And you can do it on bigger scales. You can do it with calls or puts. This strategy works. Now, strategy does not work if a stock continues to go down, okay? So hypothetically, you're in some calls, and they expired on, July 23rd, last Friday, okay? You can't do anything because Tiger didn't move, because people were still throwing up Chinese stocks and nobody had interest in Chinese stocks except for the dark pool. The dark pool I mentioned, institutions, if you watch YouTube, the dark pool, they're buying Chinese stocks. They're buying TAL, they're buying EDU, they're buying Tiger, they're buying Futu. They're buying Alibaba, they're buying Baidu, they're buying PDD, Bilibili. I mean, they're buying everything, okay? So it's crazy. So if you want to take a chance on Tiger, your returns were crazy. If you went out a couple of weeks and averaged down and used double the money. So here's the thing. Say you lost $2,000 on Tiger. What was the proper thing to do? You use double the money and you go out another month to like August 20th or something like that because I don't want you playing any sooner. Point is, you got to August 20th, double the money. Tiger was under 15, so you buy some $15 strikes. Tiger went to what, $17 today? 17 and a half, something like that. All of a sudden, the options that you paid $1.50 are now like $3.50. You just made 150%. So if you use double the money, let's just say you made 100%. So you lost 1,000 on Tiger the first time. You bet 2,000 on Tiger this time. Tiger finally had some demand, which because I mentioned Chinese stocks were turning around a couple days ago. If you watch YouTube on Friday, all right. So YouTube Friday, Monday, Tuesday. Now we're Wednesday. Get a pattern. All right. The point is, put in the hours. You watch shit. You write it down. When I mention stuff that just might make sense, you add it to a watch list. Tiger bang today. So it sold off other Chinese stocks. PDD was like up 15%. Oh, they're all up. XPeng was up 14, 15%. The point is, if you got beat up and you decided to call the bottom and you're like, you don't even need to double your money. If you use the same amount of money, whatever you lost in the first place, 70%, boom. All right, so using the rules. If something's, sorry, I got sidetracked. If something's throwing up on itself, meaning COVID is spiking, airlines are going down. You wouldn't average down on airlines because you're like, oh my God, we might be in lockup again. If something looked like it keeps throwing up in the Dow, remember the Dow went down 13 straight days, and I said we didn't average down yet because we're looking for the worst. You were looking for the bottom. So that's when you kind of break the rules. If you're down 40% and your option expires August 20th, remember I had Caterpillar. Caterpillar, I was in at $10. It went down to $5 or even $4. I didn't average down. I only averaged down when it went to $6. When I saw the bottom was there, and those are the 210 calls, and I think they're like $7.50 now, maybe $8. Point is, I'm going to make money on those. I'll get about maybe like $14 or $16 on those, and I'm in at 10, so that'll be, I'm in at 8, so that'll be, I'm going to look for like 60% on those. If you average down the correct way, you'll make money. So on Tiger, if I mentioned July 5th, which I started mentioning, Tiger and other Chinese companies were shorted, and understand they gave up 40% of their value. At some point, the institutions are going to take chances on the Chinese companies. They gave up 40% of their value. This is still China. They still have billions of people, right? Like 1.2 billion people. They're still 20% of the world's population. So China gets everybody's respect when it comes to business and spending money and making profit, all right? China is not going to turn companies that are private public, although they say they will. I would be surprised. They will find a resolution so these companies will survive. Anyway, so yeah, there's times to average down, times not to average down. You must follow the rules. If you break the rules and you go in with like you have $5,000, you buy $2,500 worth of some shit, you can't average down. If you need to average down and go out 3 weeks and use double the amount, you need $5,000. You're in for $2,500. You only have $2,500 left. So you shouldn't be buying that much money. I talk to you guys and I say, part of your portfolio, whatever you have, say you have $30,000, 10% in one position, $3,000. If you have $3,000 in one position, your first purchase should be like $700. If it goes down, you're spending another $700. If it goes down, you're spending $1,400 more. That's $2,800. You have $30,000. Okay, that's 1/10. If one position gets squashed, like you're like, oh, Facebook. Let's say you got involved with Facebook. Again, I only had 2 contracts, but let's say you went. Let's say you're in for like $1,000. Yes, it's lost. You move on and you find a better trade. You sell it tomorrow if you want. You get as much money as you think you can. All right, next one, please. Hey, how am I? Thank you, dude. All right, when I have a chance, can I tell you about X, Square, and FCEL? All right, so I sold Square today because I got into Square at 231, and it was like, what, 259 or something like that. Let me find Square real quick. We'll get to one at a time. Square is, 258. Yeah, it was 259 when I sold it. Yeah, that's perfect. It's high. It was almost 260. I thought it was going to have a problem making 260, which is why I got out, but it's 258.61. It made 2.73%. It depends what PayPal's doing after, so let's see if Square's moving after. Ooh! So I'm guessing all of tech probably just fell off the world. Is that what it looks like? Because it dropped, what, $5, which is basically 2%. It's rebounded 1% of that. So I'm assuming they all look the same. I'm assuming Facebook probably dropped 4% after hours. Let's look at that before I look at your next stock, X and FCL. Okay. Well, I'm going to look at Facebook first. Sorry. Just more curious. What is down, 2% now? Nope. It's still down 3.73. Yeah, unfortunately, that sucks. X, let's look at X. X is US Steel, which is great, and it's a great materials play, and I love the stock. Made 3% today. Okay. After hours, Doesn't really matter. It's not really down anything. A fraction. The 5-day chart of X looks pretty damn sick. The 1-month chart looks extremely sick. It's a Dow play. Dow will likely be stronger than tech, unfortunately, now that I saw Facebook's earnings, but that could easily flip. But yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of the last 9 days, inflow for X. So when we bottomed on the Dow, and I called that, I said X was good. I said Cleveland Cliff, CLF was good. And I mentioned the other one, the other mining, Cleveland Cliff and FCX, right, Fremont. But I'll look up FCell for you. The point is, they're all moved now. So if you're 4 days late, I can't help that shit. NUE as well. Nice move. It was $89. Now it's like $98, right? So that's like 10%, all right, in a week. So yes, you take a chance because the market's going down. But what you're doing is calling the bottom. You have a watch list. And when things look shitty, that's when you're purchasing. If you're purchasing the wrong way, if you're buying the top and selling the bottom, then you're losing money and then you need a platform. Okay? Other people, I don't know if they do this throughout the day in lessons. They just make the videos, which is what I'm trying to differentiate. I'm here to give you an after-school special. I'm here to educate you and make you a better trader. If you think I'm going to give out candy and you're just going to get these alerts and just make tons and tons and tons of money, there's no free money on the tree. We have lessons and rules and ways we enter into trades. And if you do it the right way, on green days or red days, if you take the opposite position, you will make money. It only takes 1 day for your stock to flip. It could have been this morning on the spike this morning. We were all green. I got out of WDC when it hit 64. I got an STX. Not that I didn't think it was going higher. I secured profit. All right, FCell. Sorry for that long answer. But if you ask, all right. So, yeah, I mean, it could have bottomed 3, 6. So 5 out of 8 inflow days in a row, which shows you're definitely finding the bottom. So FCell is more, FuCell is more appropriate at $6.50 where it is today than at $27 where it was. So people are like, oh, it got ugly. Yes, but it has a valuation. They're putting a valuation on this company of $2 billion. It's $6. It was $24 billion. There's no this one company worth $24 billion, high of $29, low of $1.58. Yes, they're negative earnings per share. So, I mean, that's not great. Price per book, number of shares outstanding. I mean, all that's average. So if you believe that they will have earnings, yeah, that's a decent company. It seemed to have found the bottom. All right, let's get another question up. All right. Let's see. Yeah, you were in Baba. You were worried over Friday, the money you were losing. So you exited your Friday calls and moved to 820 calls. Now, Baba. Okay. So unfortunately, you're not profiting that much. I'm glad that you're profiting, Mike. Okay. So the good thing is Mike averaged down. Here's what he did. Whatever he was down, let's say he had $500 and he was down 60%. So he was down $300 of the 500. So he had 200. He took double the amount of money that he normally played, which was 500. So he put 1,000 into the August 20 calls. When it bounced, he made, let's say, 50% on these. That's. I mean, he probably made more, but 50%. He made 500. If you look at his initial position, he lost 300. So 500 positive, 300 lost. He's up $200 from both positions. His other position expires August 20th. He can sell his first position at any point if he wants to. He took the loss. I like to hold because if you think it's going to bounce, you would benefit most from your options expiring Friday. So the options that I expired Friday, I have the $200 calls, and they were as low as probably like 50, probably under 50 cents. I paid 55 cents. I bought 6 of them, so I paid $330. I turned a profit. I did not sell because I think Baba has the chance. If tech is somewhat decent or even whatever, Chinese stocks go up another 10%, Baba could reach like 205, 206. And the same options I just paid 55 cents for could be worth like $4, $5, $6. Could be like 1,000% return. All right, next one, please. All right, SPY calls, UVXY puts. All right, so they run concurrent with each other, okay? You saw, it depends where you bought the UVXY puts, okay? If you bought them when it was spiking yesterday at $31, then I think you're okay to hold because I think that it goes down over time. As we've seen, it decays. It's $28.29, went down $1 today. Even if it spikes a little, by Friday, close of business, it'll probably be closer to like $27, $26.50. So yes, as long as you don't scare sell when it spikes at different points, because it tends to spike at least once or twice during the day. For it not to spike at all, you'd have to have a strong market from start to finish. Okay, the SPY puts, let's look at the SPY, how it closed. I thought the market was selling off right at the end of the day, which is a good sign. It's got to give back a little. It was an outflow day, so that doesn't surprise me. Now here, the SPY can have outflow days, or the Dow could have outflow days, because what I mentioned was it was consolidating. I mentioned it could be 2 or 3 days. Well, now we've had 2 days in a row. So tomorrow technically could be an outflow day. Now, if tomorrow is a down day for the Dow, I would say, and I'll put myself on the line for this, you could snapshot it. There aren't too many people here right now, but the ones that are will appreciate this, that it will be a positive day on Friday if tomorrow's red. Now, the good thing is the consolidation. I mean, the SPY didn't lose all that much. It's probably going to have a positive day tomorrow. You have calls. So, yes, I actually like your position. Let's get another question up there. Please, if you're watching, hit the like, hit the subscribe. You probably have done it already. Hey, Matt, how do I decide between doing calls and just buying the stock? Okay, that's a good question. I don't like to buy the stock, and I'll give one quick example, okay? If I liked Carnival, and it's, say, $22 a share, and I'll buy 1,000 shares because I think Carnival is going to double by October and be $44. If I buy the shares, I'm spending $22,000. I'm going to make $22,000, okay? If I don't buy the shares and I buy options instead, and I go like, I don't know, I'll put $10,000 worth of options. They'll expire in October. I'll buy in or at the money. And Carnival doesn't go all the way to 44 like I said. It only goes to 34, okay? My options cost me, let's say, $2. My contract becomes worth $1,200. So I'm making $1,000 per contract. They cost me $200 per contract. I had like, let's say, 350 of them. The point is you can make 35 of them. Sorry, you can make just as much money. You can make $35,000 instead of what would have been $22,000 by playing options and being correct about the stock. So long as you're correct and you give yourself enough time, I like options. All right, I like a better return than I would for stock. If you play stock and you're in a shitty stock, and I teach a lesson on my platform, you step out of shit. If you're standing in shit, you're in a bad position. Don't ride that down. You don't need to watch your account evaporate. Smarten up, step out of the shit, okay? Secure your money, sell the position, and decide how you're going to profit. All right, next question, please. But episode 14, I talk about stepping out of shit and getting into a good option play. So if you're only in stock and you're down, episode 14. Do I think AAL will go down on Friday? First of all, is today not Wednesday? Don't we have Thursday as well? Or does AAL go down every Friday? Is that what you're saying? So let's look at the 1 month. There was inflow today. It didn't go up much today. It was probably down for a good portion of today. Volume was extremely light for the last 4 days. Volume was heavier going into earnings, which I guess they had, and they exceeded earnings. So, yeah, this one's going to move with the Dow. There was definitely a short against it because there's somebody who put up a little wall after hours. So I'd be very cautious with this. It's probably an institution or a hedge fund because they put up a position of what, like 1,021, 10,000, a couple $100,000 position. It's a pretty secure position to short after hours. All right, next question. Just a matter of time, Matt, until you reach more people. I appreciate that one, brother. I look for a bunch of people to teach me on YouTube. By far, I am the best. That's awesome. I'm not trying to create an army. I am trying to create a platform that people can learn from and be more experienced and be more secure and not be manipulated by the institutions. So that's awesome, bro. I appreciate that. I know you haven't been a member all that long, so that's awesome. I appreciate you saying that. Let's get another question, please. Hey, Matt, do I think Tiger and other Chinese stocks have bottomed? Yeah, I mentioned that the other day that I was taking a chance on a few Chinese stocks, and I won't mention them because I know everybody hates them. But I took a chance on Futu at $104. I believe it closed at 110. I took a chance on Ebon at 216 again. Yes, I already have shares. I thought about options. I would hate to be wrong. I think it's like 230 or 235 now. Tiger's strong. I missed that boat. I'm so pissed because Tiger, when it was up 9 or 10% pre-market, and I said if it's a good day for Tiger, it'll go up 18%, and it went up 18%. So there was so much money to be made. All right, next one, please. All right, do I think Domino's will keep falling? Oh, that's what your puts were, Domino's. Yeah, we all hate Domino's. I don't know how they make money. Their pizza is terrible, but I guess during this thing, I mean, it's been consolidating, so it went high, low volume, sell off. I don't know. It looks like it's consolidating. Let me look at the 5-day and see where we ended up. No, I don't think it's going much lower. if you're thinking it's going to fill the gap all the way to like 485 or 490, you're wrong. Anybody that thinks Domino's is going to just crash, you're probably incorrect. It seems to be having a nice pattern. And if it goes lower, it'll eat away like a few dollars a day. It went down 2.5% today. Don't expect that. If it falls tomorrow, expect another $6, which would be like 1%. So if it goes down, you're going to see 1% a day. So if you're in Domino's puts, you're going to gain about 10, 12, 15% a day every day if you're correct, okay? So watch that. If you see some type of major dip, sell them, take your profit because it will bounce. All right, next question, comment, please. All right, am I worried about TK? Can I look at it, I guess? I mean, I haven't looked at it after hours. I don't worry too much about after hours. Let's see what it's moving after hours. And it is off 0.5%, 66 cents. Kind of looks like it bottomed. I don't really care about after hours. I'm going to have to see what happens, I guess, pre-market tomorrow, see what happens with the Asian markets, see where the Nasdaq's at. I appreciate everybody. We've had a great session. Please pay it forward. If you missed the beginning, I mentioned 3 major announcements. So please watch from the beginning if you missed it. If you missed other stuff like today's lesson, watch from the beginning. If you've made it through the whole thing, I appreciate you guys. You guys are great. And I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning on the platform. Have a good evening.